I'm Brad Levitt, president of AFT Construction. Thank you for tuning in to our YouTube channel. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe down below. Leave any comments as far as the topics you want us to address, and we'll make sure to get those answered. So we're up here on the roof. This is overlooking the great room, as you can see behind me. And this is something we spoke about on an earlier YouTube video as we went into detail about these structural trusses and rafters that we have behind me. So the trusses themselves, this is what's called SIPs, right? A SIPs roof, or structured insulated panels. Think of it like a nice thick ice cream sandwich, right? So on that ice cream sandwich, we have that rigid foam in the core. So that nice rigid foam gives it some really good R value. And then it's sandwiched between two sheets of OSB. So on the bottom and on top, you have that plywood sandwich, or the OSB sandwich, right, with the rigid foam in between. And now that really creates a really tight envelope in here. So for energy efficiency, it really helps for the sun that we have an issue with here in Arizona, especially in the middle of summer. And when it's enhanced by this 360-degree glass, where I'm standing right now, this is going to be all steel windows. This is steel glass, so really thin profile with the steel, a lot of glazing. And then between all the steel around, we have that as well, all that glass. And so what we did to help offset, especially the ceiling detail, keep in mind we want this to be a very decorative ceiling. So in between each of these structural rafters we have, this is a tongue and groove wood ceiling. So we have this tongue and groove wood ceiling throughout the great room. Again, for the weight, you know, and especially shears, you're thinking wind shear, microburst, you know, monsoons that we get in Arizona. Part of that design, even though we have all the structural steel component that stays exposed, all this black steel will stay exposed. These rods that are installed are all engineered as we have these decorative rafters that are sandwiched together. And now this creates a structural component all the way through this great room that now is 30 feet tall, floor to ceiling, 30 feet, 80 feet long. And then of course you can see there that fireplace that's going to be wide open. That's a 6-foot tall fireplace. In fact, our designer came through and they did a team photo in that fireplace. And so that fireplace is also working as a structural member with that structural steel carried up all the way through to the SIPs trusses and then down through the foundation. And this is 11, it varies from 11 to 12 inches on the thickness of that post-tension slab. We use SIPs a lot. We're using the net zero home that we're doing. We're using it a lot of the ICF construction. And of course, in special instances such as this one, where we don't have the access, we want to make sure that it's energy efficient. And then again, the steel members here, these vertical steel columns, we have those channeled so that we can run conduit, right? So we have conduit for our fire sprinklers. We do have to have fire sprinklers in the ceiling here. And then we also have electrical that's running through for the catcher and automated lighting. So this is all catcher lighting. And this will all be hidden up there in the ceiling. And then down below, for the sound, we have all the in-wall speakers, right? This is going to be through Sonance. Sonance has speakers that go in the wall behind the Venetian plaster. They'll never be seen, and that helps with their surround sound. So again, everything's going to be hidden to the naked eye. That way you see just the structural rafters and then these SIPs trusses all the way through with the T&G ceiling on the interior side.